Happy Halloween. You know, when you think about it, this show is a bit like Frankenstein's monster. We take bits of tech news from all over the place and jam them into one wildly entertaining package. Plus, I'm sure our humor makes the viewers groan like the monster sometimes too, in ecstasy. AMD's release notes for their latest GPU driver update mysteriously omitted any mention of Radeon 5000 and 6000 series GPUs, causing concern that AMD was sunsetting those cards. Multiple outlets reached out to AMD, who clarified that the 5000 and 6000 series cards, still in the prime of their lives, would be put into maintenance mode, only getting updates for critical security and bug support. Now that would be frustrating for owners of the RDNA 1 and 2 based cards, and also a pretty wild move, as some of those graphics cards are only just over 3 years old. Not to mention that RDNA 1 and 2 GPUs power many gaming handhelds, including the just released ROG Xbox Ally. But we could take some small solace in the fact that the Steam Deck and SteamOS powered devices would be unaffected because of AMD's Linux drivers being open source. As if we needed another reason to yearn for the greener SteamOS pastures. But don't despair just yet. After working the internet all up into a tizzy, this driver nightmare might prove to be a Halloween trick from AMD, as they've now declared that they'll continue to release new features and game optimizations for RDNA 1 and 2 based cards, quote, as required by market needs. Whatever that means. And I think it's safe to assume that the market doesn't need you to make 3-year-old hardware obsolete. Just a bit too soon, guys. Microsoft is being accused of having YouTube remove videos detailing how to bypass Windows 11's installation requirements. YouTuber CyberCPU Tech, aka Rich, told Tom's Hardware that having some of his videos taken down just days apart, he thought something was fishy when he appealed YouTube's decision and they told him his videos contained harmful or dangerous content, leading him to assume Microsoft is pushing for the takedowns rather than it being YouTube's discretion. Now, whether Microsoft's actually involved here is still unclear, and there are many active YouTube videos that cover the same content that he was flagged for, but the story is worth following because Microsoft does appear to be taking drastic actions to get folks to use Windows 11 the way they want you to, including killing poor Windows 10. It's only 3 years old. Microsoft, the answer might just be to make Windows 11 good. But instead you gave us an optional October update with a funny new bug. Whenever you try to close a Task Manager window, a new copy of Task Manager opens up to replace it. Hey, you know what? I guess I can see why folks might want to make content about how to more easily deal with Windows 11's BS. Tesla CEO Elon Musk says idling Tesla vehicles could soon double as part of a 100 million vehicle AI supercomputer generating up to 100 gigawatts of distributed computing power. This plan would allow parked cars to lend their onboard chips to train AI models, because in a time when we're strapping decommissioned jet turbines to data centers, heaven forbid we leave a single ounce of computing power on the table. It's a bold idea, although owners may have other Tesla-related concerns right now, what with the company recently issuing a recall of some Cybertrucks whose headlights have been falling off thanks to Tesla securing them with adhesive instead of bolts. Hey, who needs lights anyway, right? Definitely not anyone driving during the daytime, the only time people ever drive, right? Anyway, meanwhile, the company's robo-taxis, which launched this year in Austin, Texas, are reportedly crashing more frequently than their Waymo-powered counterparts, despite having a human safety supervisor on board. Now on the bright side, SpaceX is reportedly set to land a $2 billion Pentagon contract for Trump's Golden Dome missile defense network. Because when Teslas stop moving, Musk just launches something else. The guy's so busy, you gotta take notes, and that's easy with our sponsor. The Plaud Note Pro, the world's most advanced AI note taker, rated the best product ever invented by 9 out of 10 future historians. The Note Pro is not an app. It's a palm-sized device with 4 noise-canceling mics to record in-person meetings and phone calls from up to 5 meters away. However, if you like to have a say in your note-taking, don't fret. I'm fretting, stop. You can add your own ideas to the mix by attaching typed thoughts or marking key points so that the meeting is better captured to your liking. Plus, if, like me, you're as bad bad at remembering to charge your devices as you are at taking notes, the Plaud Note Pro can handle 50 hours of non-stop recording on a single charge. That's a long meeting! So help future historians and take the first step towards improving your note-taking game by checking out the Plaud Note Pro at the link below. Famously, Mary Shelley, Frankenstein's author, came up with the concept for the novel while summering in Switzerland. Funnily enough, the Quickbits also love Switzerland. Big skiers. Not so big on taking sides in a war. The US and China have agreed to a 1-year trade truce, pausing tariffs and restrictions on semiconductors and rare earth exports. The deal marks a rare cooldown in the ongoing tech trade war, with both sides pledging to reopen supply chains and stabilize the global chip market. Still, whether China will be allowed to buy Nvidia's Blackwell chips remains unclear under the new export rules. So for now, this is less of a peace treaty and more like hitting the snooze button on a trade war that is destined to ring once more. 5 more minutes, nay! Samsung is bringing its Chromium-based mobile browser called Samsung Internet to Windows PCs. The browser syncs history, bookmarks, and passwords between Galaxy phones and PCs. Features we definitely haven't seen in a web browser before. Samsung says their new desktop browser will deliver a seamless, connected browsing experience that is also delivered by a plethora of other Chromium-based browsers we now have available that all pitch the same thing. But this one is also pre-installed on your phone. Chrome is too. Whatever, it's cool. United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, better known as ICE, has their agents scanning people's faces with a smartphone app to verify their citizenship status, as reported by 404 Media. You know, it's about time someone decided whether law enforcement should be able to use facial recognition on the general public despite years of debate over the privacy concerns related to such technology. Stop talking, just look at the camera, because according to a DHS document, you can't refuse. Plus, it'll store your photo for 15 years for your convenience. Speaking of tools used by law enforcement, a new leak indicates that Cellebrite's phone cracking tools can pull data from most Pixel models unless they're running the Android fork Graphene OS. The leaked slides show that it works even on locked phones, but joke's on the feds, because this leak seems to have originated from one of their own, a user that goes by Rogue Fed. It just goes to show that once again, if you think your data is private, there's likely a company or an agent sitting next to you in the mission briefing room who thinks that's just adorable. And YouTuber Nick Bild rigged up a Raspberry Pi to make your regular modern Wi-Fi sound just like that nostalgic, screechy era of dial-up modems. Bild's contraption feeds live wireless traffic through a Pi 3 plus a USB Wi-Fi adapter, letting a microcontroller convert the signal into analog noise, which it plays on a little speaker, resulting in a charming wail. It sounds a little like the distorted last gasps of a dying robot. Feels like home. This episode is dying too, but we'll be back Monday for more tech news. Here's a Franken fact. Boris Karloff, who played Frankenstein's monster on screen in 1931, suffered from chronic back pain due to a brace he wore as the monster while filming. That's horrible. I just hope he feels better now.